What's up guys, it's Lewis here with another video, and today we're checking out 7 Days to Die on Xbox One. I've spent the last week with 7 Days to Die, and I've got some mixed feelings about the game. So as the name suggests, you have 7 days to build up a base, which then you have to defend on the 7th night, or you die. The developers have called it a survival horde crafting game. So basically what happens is that you get dropped in a randomly generated map. There's environmental factors that come into play which can be really annoying or sometimes really fun. From there you have to start crafting things like weapons, clothing, and eventually you'll build a base. For the first 7 days, it's actually kind of hard to get killed by a zombie. The main things you have to worry about for the first 7 days are things like hunger, shelter, environmental elements, and if you've injured yourself, because that can get nasty real quick. Once you've got all the basics crafted, you have to go out and gather resources to build up your house, build up your defenses, build better weapons, and overall increase your skills. I found this part to be a little bit tedious, particularly the gathering resources. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky and unclear what exactly you're supposed to do, so you end up gathering a lot more resources than you need to build the thing that you need. But once you have all the bits that you need, that's when the game gets good. I really enjoyed making crazy bases and contraptions and putting spikes in certain ways so that if the first wave of zombies gets through, there's a second row of spikes to kind of back up, and you can get really creative in that sense. I even built up my main base to have it look like I was there, but I actually tunneled underneath the house and built a little panic room. But eventually, even on the 7th day, the zombies still got to me. They knew where I was, and unfortunately the dirt wasn't enough to stop them. The main problem that I have with the game is that it just feels really unpolished. Now I know this isn't from a AAA developer, but I still expected a little bit more refinement in the combat especially. One zombie is enough to kill you, which is really frustrating, particularly because the main thing that let me down was the combat. I would get within an inch of a zombie and I'd try and hit them with my weapon, and sometimes it wouldn't quite connect or it would stutter, and then the zombie would end up killing me, which is really frustrating because I felt like I did the right thing. And that's incredibly frustrating, especially when you consider the fact that if you can't time an attack easily enough to kill one zombie, how are you supposed to survive the entire horde? Other than the unrefined feeling of the combat, the main problem I have with the game is the connectivity. 7 Days to Die offers multiplayer, which is really cool. I had so much trouble finding a server that would work and just kept getting slapped with these ridiculous load screens and ended up giving up. The one time I did get into a game, I didn't have an opportunity to communicate with the other players, so they ended up just killing me anyway because they thought I was after their stuff. I'm not sure exactly how this would be fixed, but there's definitely something that needs to be worked out here. For a game that's been out on PC for so long, I was really hoping they'd squash some of the bugs for the console release. Now to the things I actually liked about the game. I think the game has a really good idea. It's actually a really strong concept. And if they fix the bugs and patch it, I think it'll be a really cool game. But for now, a game that relies so heavily on combat and cooperative play that kind of doesn't do those things very well, I don't know how to feel about it. I really wanted to like 7 Days to Die. There's a lot of cool ideas that could be played out in this world, but unfortunately, it just doesn't happen that way. And that's a real shame. I'm not gonna say don't buy this game, but if you do, maybe cut it a little slack because I think it's gonna be some time before they get it right. But when they do get it right, I think it's going to be an amazing game. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or you can tweet at me on Twitter at Pikalew. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.